Good afternoon, everyone. It's already 3:31 in the afternoon. We have to start. Kindly open your camera. How about Van and Rowena? Are you busy? Kung busy kayo, okay lang. Kung may iba kayong ginagawa. Tayo na lang siguro. So, are you ready? Okay. If you want to ask something, have a feedback, just unmute your microphone, okay? All of you here, Mary Ann, Rowena, and Van, you already completed the activities from week 1 to 7. So, wala nang problema. Yung iba na lang. Kasi 2, 4, 6. 6 pa lang kayo na kompleto. Kailangan kong ihabol. Anyway, so kukunti lang naman itong i-discuss natin ngayon. Maybe it just take maybe 30 minutes of discussion. So, madali lang siya. Yan ko muna yung mga mukha natin. Okay, presenting ideas for reaction, papers, reviews, and critics. This is our topic today. Our regular meeting, as what I posted, is every Monday. Monday, the same time, from 3:30 to 5 p.m. This is the expectation that after going through this module, you are expected to use as appropriate critical writing critics such as formalism, feminism, etc. We had our activities last Wednesday about critic, right? It's a graphic organizer, either digital or handwritten. You wrote words that tell something about the word critic. You can write as many as you can. It could only be 5 or more. Now, kindly give your idea or kindly give a word about critic. Mary Ann.
Just one word, ma'am, or as many as I can see, ma'am.
Just a word. Just a word only.
Observation, ma'am.
Good. It's the observation of a specific work or written material. Very good. How about Rowena?
Knowledge, ma'am.
Knowledge. It's about your knowledge, your own opinion based on what you've read in a specific material. How about Van? Van? I think Van is doing something. Okay. Orialyn is entering the Zoom. Let's wait for her. Hi, Rialyn. Rialyn, hello. Really, we are discussing about the activity explore which you've done last meeting or last Wednesday, which is about the word critic. You were about to write as many
Yes,
as you
hello,
can.
ma'am. Good
Hello,
afternoon po.
hello, good afternoon. Yeah, we are discussing about the word critic. Can you give a word that describes or your own knowledge? Say a word about critic. This was the activity last Wednesday. Nagawa mo na ba? Realin?
Mm, report po.
Okay, it could
Report.
be a report.
Or
Your own
essay.
report. Okay. Yes, what?
Apo. Report mo.
Okay, report. Very
Yes
good.
po.
Okay. How about Van? Van, are you with us na?
Clear po ba?
Yeah, clear na.
Ma'am, wait lang po.
Ay,
Naliligo ka na
Clear po
ako.
ba, ma'am?
Ay, naliligaw ako. Okay, sige, sige. Take your time. Okay, basta
Pero
makinig ka na lang.
makikinig pa din ako, ma'am.
Oo, yeah. Okay, good. Here, okay, as what you've said, it's about the knowledge. Anong sinabi mo kanina, Marianne?
Observation, ma'am.
Or your own observation. Report, sabi ni Rialin. Okay. So when we say critique or critics, these are an important rhetorical pattern in academic writing as they present a balanced view of things. So you are not just focusing on the good side or in the bad sides. It should be balanced. These are based not only on personal perspective, but should be grounded on actual observation. So it means that you are not just focusing based on your opinion, based on what you can see, but also you have to have a background check about the background or the knowledge about a written work. There are two tips in developing your critiques. First, kindly read Mary Ann.
Tips in developing your critics. The first one is the critic should be accessible to the audience. Therefore, providing background information for the readers will be helpful. Example, providing background information for the readers.
Okay, good. It should be accessible to the audience. So it means, oh, give me your own idea about this, Rowena.
Understandable, ma'am. And easy to adopt the words that we are you going to say.
Okay, very good. It's good. Now, pag sinabi nating accessible, when we say accessible to the audience, you are open, right? Accessible. Dapat they have the access to criticize a certain work. Now, in here, you have to provide a background information for the readers. It is really helpful and important, including the central ideas of the book, your work. You also have to give concepts, diba? Events or movie to be critic. It is really necessary, okay? You have to provide central ideas, concept, events, or movie. Those are just example. Next one, number 2, kindly read we're just 4. How about Rialin? Is Rialin here? Rialin? Okay, Rialin. Baka nawalan siya ng signal. Okay, number 2. Relating your critique to greater realities will also help as you ground your critique on the wider scheme of things. Greater realities, it should be fact, okay? Not just based on your opinion. You have to give a proof or give a background information about the piece. For instance, the example, you have to answer a specific question like, what subject or theme does the movie, book, or event address? What else? Are there questions that people constantly ask that the subject or theme you are reviewing can answer? Those are just specific questions to be answered. Okay, there are different parts in critique. Like in writing an essay, what are the main parts of the essay? Who knows? What are the main parts? Okay, Van, you're already in.
Ma'am. Introduction, body, conclusion.
Okay, very good. Those are the main parts of the critic. Now, oh, my baby, may bata, si dun kay Rowena. Hi. Okay, ako rin may baby pero nasa labas siya. Okay, the 3 parts are the introduction, body, and conclusion. Now, the first part is the introduction. Here, kindly read, Marianne, number 1.
The first part should provide readers a sense of the ideas you want to tackle.
What do you want to tackle? What are you going to discuss? What are the specific questions you want to answer? It should be in the first part or in the introduction. For what we had discussed last time about writing an essay, the first part or the introduction, it should possess the what do we call this one? The thesis statement, right? Now, what is thesis statement again? Who knows?
It is the main idea of the essay.
Okay, very good. Main idea or the overall idea or argument of the work. So, it means the first part should possess that also. The next part, kindly read. Okay, Rowena. Dapat lang tayo, no?
The next part should provide a summary of the concept.
Okay, in writing an essay, the summary is located in the conclusion, right? But here, the summary is provided in the body part. Okay, this is one of the differences from the critic in writing an essay. Because the summary here is located or can be seen, can be observed in the body part. Next, number 3. Van?
Strengths and weaknesses should be part of the critic. Remember that this is challenging and requires talk siguro or tact.
Tact. Okay, good.
Illustrating strength, his attitude. Michael should be awarded a conduct award. Tapos, illustrating weaknesses. In certain cases, Michael lacked some academic behavior such as he easily gets frustrated and extreme stress.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Van. Okay, as Mari said before or a while ago, you are not just focusing in the positive or negative sides. You have to illustrate both sides, the strength, the weaknesses, the negative, and the positive. It also part of your critique. Remember, in body part, it doesn't mean that you have to write just a paragraph. It could be a couple of paragraphs, huh? It doesn't say that if we when we say body, it's just a paragraph. It could be a couple or group of paragraphs. Now, you can illustrate strength. Say, for example, with his attitude, Michael should be awarded a conduct award. Since Michael here was responsible, came to school early, helpful in good, he should be awarded a conduct award. So you can illustrate that strength. In weaknesses, in certain cases, Michael lacks some academic behavior, such he easily gets frustrated and extreme stress. So when we found weaknesses, we have to put or insert it. Okay, Realin is entering again. May na siguro yung signal niya. So you have to put the strength and weaknesses. Realin, kindly read number 4. Realin?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Mahina po ng internet.
Yeah, I
Wala
understand.
po ako.
Yeah, I understand. Ganyan din kasi dito. Okay, number 4, can you read it?
Ako po.
Yes, number 4. We're already discussing number 4.
The final... Okay po. The final section of the critic should include the final recommendation of the author.
Okay, very good. The final section here is the conclusion. So the conclusion of the critic should include the final recommendation of the author, your own recommendations based on your observation in the body part. Because in the body part, you discuss all the knowledge or all the specific content of your critic for what you are criticizing. So here in the final part or the conclusion part, you have to put your final recommendation. What are the things to be done or should be done in the specific work? Okay, so to sum it up, we discussed the tips in developing your critic. Again, your critic should be accessible. Next is relating your critic to greater realities. So those are the 2 tips in developing your critic and writing a critic. Okay, how a critic be organized? Okay, there are 3 main parts: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. The introduction, you have to provide the sense of the ideas you want to tackle. The next part is the body, wherein you have to provide a summary of the concept. This is the difference between the critic and writing an essay, because in critic, the summary is located in the body part. You also have to include the strength and weaknesses in part of the body. And the final section or the conclusion, you have to include the final recommendation of the author. For instance, yung movie, book, gadget, events, and concept, a good investment of time, effort, and money? Parang ganon. What background knowledge does one need to see or use them? Ba? And will other activities help to appreciate this? Or you have to answer that, and you have to include those recommendations in a work. And on Wednesday, we will not, or we don't have the Zoom meeting. I will just post an activity to be done by you on Wednesday that is experience. These are the references. Before we end up our discussion, do you have any question about what we tackled today? Do you have any question, Rowena?
Wala po, ma'am.
Marianne?
Next po ba na activity, gagawa ng critic paper?
Ay, nag-aalala ka sa critic. So, ang next
Opo.
nating activity ay more on what we discussed. Hindi tayo totally gagawa ng critic, but itong napag-aralan natin. Okay?
Kapag gumagawa po ba ng essay, kailangan pa ba ng cover page o kahit yung name na lang at section?
Ano, hindi repeat yung
Kapag
question?
gagawa po ba magpapas po ng essay, kailangan pa po ba ng cover page?
Ano, kahit hindi
Okay.
na, kahit hindi na. Ano lang
Sige,
your
sige.
name, your strand, yung year, lang. More, any question? Meron pa?
Ma'am, ako po, pero hindi po
Yes.
siya related sa topic. Yung ano po, ma'am, yung concern ko po kasi, ma'am, yung sa exam, saan po kayo nag-base, ma'am, sa nakalagay po sa booklet o doon po sa test paper?
Yung pinasa mo sa akin? Dun sa booklet, sa pinasa mong booklet. Kinompare ko. Bakit
Okay.
magkaiba ba ang sagot mo? Isa lang naman? Magkaiba ba?
Okay lang. Hindi.
Oo, pareho lang. Kaya yun. Pero
Sa
huwag kayo
booklet
mag-alala
mo-
kasi ang grades natin nagtatransmute. Alam nyo ba yon? Hindi tayo zero base. So, when you say nakakuha kayo ng grade nyo, nasa 60 plus, magtatransmute pa yon. Kaya, okay lang na hindi ibig sabihin na nakakuha kayo ng medyo mababa na, hindi kayo naka-line of 9, sa tingin nyo mababa na. Kasi, nagtatransmute yung grade natin, hindi tayo zero base. Okay?
Ilan
Bali-
yung base, ma'am?
What? 40 base.
Ilan yung...
Okay, may question pa? Bali kayo kasing apat na nag-join ngayon, kompleto na kayo sa mga activities.
Ayan.
Hinahabol ko pa yung mga iba. And kung kunwari na may question sila, kindly guide them also para hindi sila para makahabol din sila.
Yung mga pumapasok din dito, yan lang din po yung kakilala namin. Di nga po namin alam na may iba pa nga kaming kaklase. Alam
Ay,
ko nga
oo.
kami lang.
So, ilan nga lang. Oo, bali 10 kayo sa klase. Kasi lahat kayo ABM, right?
Yums po ako.
Ayums ka. Tapos the rest, marami pang hindi nakaka-comply eh. Meron pa hindi pa nakakapag-take ng exam. Ihahabol na lang.
Mostly grade 11.
Oo. Meron ba kayong GenMat?
Tapos ko na po yan, ma'am, nung grade 11.
How about the others? Tapos na rin?
Yes po, tapos na.
Oo. Kasi nag-chat din yung nila, yung advisor
Tapos
nila.
na din po.
Hindi pa ata nakakagawa 2 weeks ago na ng mga activities. I-remind ko lang sana. Pero dahil tapos naman na, hindi na kailangan. So, 10 kayo sa klase. Yung iba hindi pa nakakapag-comply. Do you have any questions about the topic?
Wala po.
No more? Okay. This,
Ano mas better po? EPA citation po ba or
Wala po.
text-oriented or author-oriented citation?
You can use any of them kasi importante merong citation kasi para hindi tayo maano ng plagiarism, okay? Yung copy paste na kumukuha ng plagiarism of ideas or plagiarism of ano na yung isa, ako na ang nakalimot.
Pero mas maganda tingnan yung text oriented.
Oo.
Mas
Okay,
maganda
kahit-
tingnan.
Okay lang naman kahit ano doon. Kayong kabahan sa activity natin next Wednesday. Madali lang naman siya. Based lang dito sa mga na pag-aralan natin. No more question?
Wala na po, ma'am.
No more, are you sure? Ako na lang magtatanong. Gusto nyo?
Sige po.
Sige pa, gusto rin
Wala
nila.
na po.
Yung net.
Dahil ang net. Yan din ang problema ko. Hirap ko mag-upload ng mga kasi itong recordings natin na-upload ko YouTube tapos copy ko na lang yung link para yung mga hindi naka-attend, pwede nilang balikan.
Naka-work from home ka lang po, ma'am?
Oo, yes. Kaya yung background ko magulo. Kasi may baby ako. Hindi ko maiwan-iwan. Okay, so that's all na. Wala na. No more question, ha?
Wala na
Okay.
po.
That's all for now. Goodbye.
Bye po.